A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Today our story is about Prophet Musa alayhi salam and the sacrifice. So let us begin. Illustrated by Kisa Kids Publications. I love the beautiful, colorful stories published by Kisa Kids. So let us begin. A long time ago, there was a tribe known as Bani Israel. They were blessed to have a special prophet of Allah in their tribe. Prophet Musa alayhi salam helped the people and taught them about Allah. And he asked them to worship Allah, not to be mean, to be sharing, to give money to the poor. But some of them did not believe or follow Allah's rules. So there was one man in this tribe who was very, very rich. He had gold, he had silver, he had money, he had jewels, and he had so much that he couldn't even count. On the other hand, there was one man in this tribe who was who had two nephews who were very poor. They barely had enough to eat and drink. Instead of sharing his money with them, their uncle would spend all his time counting his treasures, counting his gold, counting his silver, but he never shared it with his poor nephews. The rest of the tribe felt very sad. Seeing this, how could he treat his own family like this? They didn't like it that the uncle was not sharing his wealth with the poor nephews. So we should always, boys and girls, share, especially with our family members who are poor. So one person in the tribe was so angry that he decided to kill the old man. This way, his poor nephews could have all his gold. So early one morning, a traveler was passing through town when he stumbled across the dead body of the old man. Everyone began wonder, who killed this man? Who killed this man? It wasn't long before everyone began accusing each other, and they were blaming each other. You did it. You did it. No, you did it. The people couldn't stop arguing. So they finally decided, let's go to Prophet Musa alayhi salam and he will help us. So of course, Prophet Musa alayhi salam knew exactly what to do. Alhamdulillah. So Prophet Musa alayhi salam patiently listened to his tribe's problem. Allah, after that, he announced, I will pray to Allah and ask him to show us who the killer is. So Prophet Musa alayhi salam then went to the quiet place with tears in his eyes. He prayed to Allah to show him how to fix this problem. Allah answered Prophet Musa's dua. The solution was simple. All they had to do was sacrifice a cow. When the people heard this, they began laughing. They thought, how silly! A cow is going to show us who the killer is. Instead of trusting Allah and His Prophet, they started asking silly questions. One man asked, what kind of cow? Another asked, yeah, and what color should it be? Instead of getting angry at them for being disrespectful, Prophet Musa alayhi salam turned towards Allah once again and again and again, and Allah answered each and every one of their silly questions. When the members heard Allah's special answer, they looked at each other nervously. Making fun of Allah's Prophet had made their job so much harder. How were they going to find the exact cow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had described? After searching far and wide, they finally found a cow that fit the description. It was a beautiful yellow cow at the far end of the city. Alhamdulillah. But there was one slight problem. The little boy who owned this cow loved it very much. He didn't want to lose his favorite cow. Bani Israel begged him, we'll give you anything they offered. Anything? Asked the young boy. Okay. I will sell you the cow if you pay me as much gold as she weighs. And cows weigh a lot. The tribe members glanced at each other anxiously. There was a lot of money, but they wanted to find out the murderer, and they had no other choice. After everyone chipped in, they finally had enough money. What a shame. They had to pay so much money for this cow, only to sacrifice it. If only they had listened to Allah in the first place. When they got back, Allah ordered Prophet Musa alayhi salam to rub the cow's tail against the body of the old man. Everyone watched in awe as Allah miraculously brought the man back to life. He lifted his head, pointed to one of his nephews, and shouted, "This is the boy who killed me." Then he lowered his head and died once more. Finally, the problem was solved. People quickly arrested the boy and put him in jail. They all learned a very important lesson from this experience. Allah asked them to complete a simple task to sacrifice a cow. However, instead of trusting Allah, they doubted him and even made fun of his prophet. This only made their simple job more difficult. Remember, we should always trust in Allah and listen to his prophet. After all, he knows best. So, some of the questions that we need to think about after we listen to this story is, why do you think, why were the nephews so angry with their uncle? So think about the question, why were the nephews so angry with their uncle? So you can pause here and just think about, why were the nephews so angry with their uncle? Why were there tears in Prophet Musa's eyes when he prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Why did Allah ask the people to find such a specific cow, which was hard to find? What happened when Prophet Musa alayhi salam rubbed the cow's tail against the dead man? What lessons can we learn from this story? So think about these answers, and you can pause here and think about the questions and discuss with your friends or your family member until we meet again, inshallah.